Will Putin go nuclear?
Это не блеф. Это не блеф. Это не блеф.
So the world is dealing with a nuclear terrorist now. The situation is quite scary. Putin has been irrational lately. Some bad changes happened to him. He is a different person now from what he was, say, 5 years ago. Putin as he is now is a new version of Putin. It is like a new edition of him. He became updated, but this update turned out to be a disaster. It is another version of Putin. Let's call it Putin 0.0, if you will. 0.0 is a reasonable number for this version of Putin because in 2020 he zeroed out the number of presidential terms he had served by ordering the constitution to be amended. So every creature, at least a normal one, wants to live. It is a gut instinct. Putin 0.0 is a terrorist, but hopefully not a suicide terrorist. Ordering a nuclear attack can be equivalent to signing a suicide note. On February 24, 2022, Putin started what he calls a special operation in Ukraine. In essence, Putin's army attacked Ukraine, invaded and occupied some of Ukrainian territories. The Russian-Ukraine war started. In some respects, this war can be identified as a terrorist operation. Even though Putin took Ukraine by surprise and he took the whole world by surprise, Ukraine managed to withstand this military attack with the support of many countries. Putin gambled and he lost. Putin has made many mistakes in the course of his 22-year reign, but he never admitted any. He plays as he is perfect, whereas nobody is. The invasion of Ukraine has become his worst mistake so far. But this person never admits that he is wrong. He is not learning from his own mistakes. He is capable of making mistakes instead, and there is nothing to stop him from this. Putin is very stubborn, which is not a sign of an intelligent person. If Putin keeps progressing this way and goes from a bad mistake to a worse one, then yes, he will end up launching a nuclear weapon, and this will be his final and the worst of the worst imaginable mistakes he can ever think of. But there is one more thing. This will be his final mistake. This will put an end to Putin. No more versions, no more updates, no more upgrades. If this world survives this final Putin's mistake, it will proceed without Putin, because there will be no Putin anymore. This will be a good news. The bad news will be that by launching a nuclear weapon, Putin will put an end not only to himself, but to many innocent people as well, and their number may be as large as millions. The price will be too high for one single terrorist. The bad thing is the fact that we are actually discussing this. The fact that we have to seriously discuss this topic. We have to reason about the possible nuclear catastrophe, and Armageddon is disastrous itself. We've seen this in some fantasy movies. But when watching those movies, we didn't know that a person who can make them real was growing and gaining power and obtaining access to nuclear weapons. The purpose of millions of years of evolution is not wasting the results of it in one short global confrontation. Yes, Homo sapiens is probably not the best possible outcome of the evolution, but we still are not too bad and we deserve a survival. The reason why Putin initiated his nuclear threats is that he came to understand that he was losing the war in Ukraine. The Russian army has been failing in the war in Ukraine for months, and Putin is not able to help this by using conventional warfare. Then he comes up with the idea of using nuclear weapon as his last resort. Using a nuclear weapon must be much cheaper than using conventional warfare, considering the cost of destructions per a square mile. Putin doesn't have sufficient funds to invest in conventional warfare, neither he has time for this. and he is running out of conventional warfare. Ukraine has been supplied with weapons from about 50 countries. Putin has only one country with a weak economy that suffered from stagnation and in some respects even depression in the course of his 22-year reign. Putin is losing ground, and he mistakenly thinks that nuclear weapon can help him. Nuclear weapon would kill many innocent people, but it would put an end to Putin too. Yes, Putin is cornered, and he threatens to commit this kind of suicide. Those who dig an evil hole will fall into it.